Good morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you some of my most successful blind purchases ever. So it's actually kind of interesting because when I look at my perfume collection, about half of them are blind. And the reason for that is because I started really getting into perfumes at the beginning of the pandemic. So of course all the testers were off the shelves. Stores were not open, you couldn't readily go in and shop, you couldn't travel. So it was a really bad time, but also kind of an exciting time to get into perfume. I could have shared quite a few from my collection, but these were the ones that really stood out to me as probably being my most successful. So yeah, let's just dive right into it. And if this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Alithia, and on this channel we talk mostly about perfume. So if that is your thing, make sure to head on down and subscribe. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Okay, so the first one is Coco Mademoiselle from Chanel. And you guys, I'm just going to go in order of how long I've had the perfume. So this is one of my oldest blind purchases. And of course, this is readily available. You can smell it in stores. It's not like it's difficult to find a bottle of Coco Mademoiselle that you can smell. However, because I purchased this during the beginning of the pandemic, this was blind because there were absolutely no testers on the shelves. And up until that point, I really hadn't had much interest in any Chanel perfumes. I would always walk past them and smell them and just really didn't give them a moment's thought. I don't know if I just found them too mature or what the case was, but I really didn't have much of a taste for Chanel up until last year, the beginning of last year. So Coco Mademoiselle was one of my very first blind purchases, and such a good blind purchase. Actually, when I first got it, I was worried that it might be too soapy, too mature. I hadn't really smelled anything like it before, and it did take some time to grow on me, and now it is one of my most beloved fragrances in my collection. So this is a very popular fragrance. I don't have to tell you what the notes are or what it smells like, but we'll go through them really quickly. It has orange, mandarin orange, bergamot, and orange blossom in the opening. In the middle, there's Turkish rose, jasmine, mimosa, ylang ylang, and in the base, there's patchouli, white musk, vanilla, vetiver, tonka bean, and a popinax. And this fragrance, you guys, I just love. Yeah, I just really, really love this perfume, you guys. It's such a classy, sophisticated, chic fragrance. It's a little tiny bit sweet, but it's got that patchouli. It has a sexiness to it. Such a good perfume. I absolutely love it, and I'm so happy to have it in my collection. And so yeah, this was a very good blind purchase that almost ended up not staying because, like I say, in the beginning, I wasn't sure it was for me, and it has grown on me. And it's a real shame, you guys. Like, look at the teeny tiny dent that I've put in there. There's hardly anything, and I've had this for so long. So that's another reason I'm going on a no buy / low buy, because I really want to be able to use my perfumes and I want to put them to good use. And I really want to put some major dents in my fragrances. The next one that was a blind buy for me that is one of my favorite perfumes of all time is Mon Guerlain from Guerlain. Very, very popular. In fact, I think it's a little too popular now. It's almost kind of one of those perfumes that everybody has, and so because of it, it's not that special anymore, but it is one of my most loved fragrances. I love wearing this one. I also have the exclusive and I have the intense version, and all of them are incredible. So this is a powdery lavender vanilla. There's also a little bit of bergamot in the opening, so it has this touch of freshness to it. It also has some benzoin, a little bit of sandalwood. It has a tiny bit of patchouli, and it does have some jasmine sambac and some rose. So it is not just a lavender vanilla. It is a very specific, recognizable lavender vanilla scent. I think it is a masterpiece. This is so comforting and so easy to wear, and every single time I wear this, I love it. And this is one that when I run out of my 50 ml, I will definitely go and get a 100 ml bottle. So I do, like I say, I have this, the intense, and the exclusive, and I'm still kind of trying to decide which one is worth a 100 ml bottle. I think this one, I think just the original one, because this one I think is very versatile. You can wear it for so many different occasions, and the intense one I think is better suited for date nights, wintertime. This one I think you can wear all year round, really, and like I say, it just never disappoints. The performance isn't monster, but I don't think it's weak. I really, I don't really care about performance so much depending on the fragrance, because you guys, some perfumes just are not made to last 12 or 13 hours, and I'm okay with that, and I get all day wear out of this. So absolutely love it, and definitely one of my most successful blind purchases ever. So the next one was another Chanel fragrance, and this is Chanel Chance Eau de Toilette, and I really love this fragrance, you guys. Actually, all of the Chanel perfumes that I purchased during the pandemic were pretty much blind except for Eau Fraiche. That was the only one that I actually was able to smell before I purchased it, and my Gabrielle Essence, I should say. So this is another patchouli balm. You have patchouli, pink pepper, pineapple, hyacinth, and iris. In the middle you have lemon, jasmine, and rose, and in the base you have patchouli, musk, vetiver, and vanilla. And this is one of my favorite Chanel perfumes. I love all my Chanel perfumes, but this is one of my favorites. As you can tell, there's a good chunk missing. It's a little bit fresh. It's got a little bit of a vanilla kind of an undertone to it. It has that classic Chanel DNA. It smells very classy. It's a very easy reach. I think it also has a sexiness to it, because I think anytime you smell like a woman who is put together and classy, I think that smells very sexy. And yeah, so I absolutely love this one. Again, this was a blind purchase and one of my favorites in my collection. So I really want to, again, use this one up a little bit more and keep working on that dint. My next most successful blind purchase is Christian Louboutin Libby Rouge. If you guys watch my channel, you know that I love this fragrance, and I know a couple of people have purchased it based on my recommendation and have fallen in love with it, which is really amazing. So this is a vanilla, iris, and cardamom fragrance. So this has a bit of a soft spiciness, soft woodiness to it, very feminine, very sensual, just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful powdery vanilla fragrance, and I cannot get enough of it. It smells very luxurious to me, very expensive. It makes me feel very rich and very luxe, and this was actually my daytime perfume of choice the last time I went on vacation, and I just absolutely loved wearing this. This is one of my favorite perfumes. So you can't really see the dint, I don't know on camera. Well, maybe you can, but I'm about right there. So I've used about maybe 15% of this bottle, which I'm really impressed by, because I do have so many perfumes in my collection that it's very hard for me to put dints in my perfumes. So to show that I have dints in these ones do show you that they're some of my favorite perfumes, and I haven't had this one for that long. So of course, as you can see, the bottle is really exorbitant. I love the bright red color. My whole life, my whole color scheme and palette in life is nudes and neutrals, as you can tell, but with little pops of red here and there, because I do love the color red. So this bottle is very sensual, and it matches the smell of the perfume perfectly, and it always makes me feel just super feminine and super luxurious, and I absolutely love it. So this is a true gem for me in my collection. So this was another blind purchase, and this one was another kind of expensive blind purchase, and I kind of knew this was going to work out for me because I had the original Love Don't Be Shy, which I ended up letting go of, but this one was supposedly more centered around rose and marshmallow, so I was really excited to get this one, and I just kind of had a feeling that I would really like it, and I do. So this is Love Don't Be Shy Extreme, and in the opening you have notes of neroli and bergamot, in the middle you have Bulgarian rose and orange blossom, and in the base you have marshmallow, vanilla, musk, and pomegranate. And for me, this really smells like very similar to the original one, of course, except it doesn't have so much of that sort of bubblegummy, cloyingly sweet combination of like caramel, sugar, neroli, and orange blossom. I felt that the original one sometimes was a little too sweet for me. Maybe I would have different feelings on it now, I don't know for sure, but I just found that it was a little too sweet for me, even though it smelled incredible. This one is just a little more, I feel like it's a little more refined, maybe a little bit more mature, not like super mature, but just a touch more mature. And I just find it to be very feminine and just an incredible fragrance, you guys, like one of the best perfumes I've ever smelled. There's a reason why so many houses try to clone this and try to dupe it, because it's an incredible fragrance. I just love it. I could wear this all the time. The reason I don't is because it was quite expensive and I don't want to burn through it too quickly. The bottle is really exquisite. I love the little artwork on the side there, the little details. The back is kind of plain, absolutely nothing on the back. And then you've got the gold plaque on the front. And I'm very happy to have it. I'm a huge fan of Kilian. Kilian is a brand that I could see, you know, having lots of in my collection because they just seem to work for me really well. So this was another amazing blind purchase. So that is Love by Kilian Don't Be Shy Extreme. So my next most successful blind purchase, I would have to say, is from Armani Prive, and it is blue turquoise. And if you guys watch my channel again, you know how much I love this one. I've also had a few people purchase this based on my recommendation and have really loved it. And this is my preferred one from the entire Armani Prive line. Of course, I haven't smelled all of them, but I have smelled a good chunk of them, and this is the one that really stands out to me. It has amazing, amazing performance, and it smells very unique and unlike anything I have ever smelled before. So this is a salty vanilla fragrance, but don't think Olympia. It's nothing like Olympia from Paco Rabanne. This is a very luxurious, almost spa-like, sort of aquatic smelling fragrance. It doesn't smell like the sea. It doesn't have like sea notes or notes that give it that sort of dirty sea animalic ambergris type of vibe. This has more of a true salty vanilla scent to it, and it's really, really beautiful. So you have salt, incense, and black pepper. You also have ylang ylang, cypriol oil, Indian jasmine, and in the base you have vanilla, moss, and sandalwood. And the bottle is absolutely beautiful, and it matches the scent perfectly. And let me just take the lid off here because it's easier to tell you what it smells like when I smell it. Oh my god, you guys, this is so good. Every time I smell this perfume, every single time, I get the same reaction. It's just incredible. It's feminine, it's sensual, it has a little bit of a floral touch. It almost has a bit of a like tropical sort of by the ocean touch because of that ylang ylang, because of that salt. The incense isn't too strong. I've smelled a few incensey perfumes that I didn't really love the incense in them. In here, it really just fades into the background. And this smells even better on skin than it does at the bottle. And it changes quite a bit too. When you first spray it, it is quite strong and you get a little bit more of that incensey, peppery, sort of woody component. And the more it starts to dry down on your skin, the more it becomes this soft, sensual, salty vanilla. So, so sexy, you guys. Like, there is something about this. I just absolutely love this. And if I lived in a warmer location, this could be my signature scent because I think that this is better suited for the summertime for sure. It's not something I would reach for in the winter. It's just a little bit too, it's too kind of aquatic and spa-like and summery, and I think too floral, and it just doesn't work for me for the fall and the winter. And as it heats up on your skin, it's magic. This is just such a good perfume. I've had a few people purchase it, or a couple I should say, and say that they found it too masculine. I have to say, you guys, I really don't find it masculine at all. I think, yes, if a guy wore this, if a man wore this, it would make him smell incredible, but I also think it is still very feminine. I don't think I would want to smell this on my boyfriend. Maybe, I don't know. It's just really good. It's really good. So this is Blue Turquoise from Armani Prive, arguably one of my best, most successful blind purchases ever, ever, ever. And my most recent successful blind buy purchase is Oriana from Parfums de Marly. So this fragrance gets kind of mixed reviews. Some people really love it, some people don't love it. And I think people's biggest complaint with this one is the quote unquote, again, performance, which I'm so tired of hearing that word, you guys, because like I say, not all perfumes are going to be beast mode. And I'm perfectly okay with that. And I think that you're paying for more than just how long it lasts. I mean, of course, if you spend a lot of money on a perfume, you want it to have some good lasting power, but you guys, I don't go crazy with this, and I get a solid 6 hours, you know, at least on my skin. Yes, it is a little softer. No, it isn't super huge. It doesn't project like crazy. But that being said, I've gotten compliments on this, and I know people can smell me when I wear this. So I am 100% happy with the performance on this. And I'm so happy that I have it in my collection. So this has notes of mandarin orange, grapefruit, and bergamot. In the middle, it has orange blossom, raspberry, and black currant. And in the base, it has marshmallow, whipped cream, and musk. And what I mostly get from this is just a beautiful, sort of powdery, musky, very sweet, kind of an orangey, orange blossom fragrance. Lots of marshmallow, lots of whipped cream, very, very gourmand, very feminine. I just love this, you guys. This is right up there for me with my Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. It is just an enjoyable, super, super feminine fragrance. I think that the scent suits the bottle perfectly. And I think that this is a perfume you really have to experience for yourself. If you can get a tester or if you can go into a store and try it, because I kid you not, you guys, I've seen so many reviews and not a single review is the same. Everybody describes it a little different and everybody gets a different note more than the next person. I've seen people who say they don't get orange at all, they get raspberry. I've seen people who say they don't pick up on raspberry at all they get is orange. I see people who say it smells exactly like Love Don't Be Shy. I've seen people say that it smells completely different than Love Don't Be Shy. Like, everybody has a different experience with this fragrance. You have to be your own judge. For me, I knew I was going to love this because I'm a huge Parfum de Marly fan. I love Orange Blossom. I love Marshmallow. I love Pink. What's not to like? Like, this perfume has everything I could ever love in it. So I just knew I was going to love it. And let me just take the lid off here. One thing I love about Parfum de Marly is their bottle designs. So classic, such a beautiful, sort of an antique, feminine silhouette. I love the little tassels. Everything about this bottle speaks to me. So gorgeous. Okay, before I smell it, I'll show you the cap. So you do have that little rhinestone on the top there. You have the little Parfum de Marly emblem on the cap. It's just a uplifting, upbeat, beautiful, feminine. This perfume makes me happy. I always tell people, you know what this reminds me of a little bit more than Love Don't Be Shy, because that's the first comparison that people shoot for. They're like, oh, it smells like Love Don't Be Shy. What this reminds me of a little bit more is Sundazed from Byredo. Sundazed is a orange-centric fragrance. I believe there's also neroli in that one, and there's cotton candy. So if you took Sundazed from Byredo and you made it super heavy in marshmallow and whipped cream and added some musk, that's kind of what you get here. Also add in a little bit more fruitiness, add in some raspberry, so it's a little bit more complex than Sundazed. Sundazed is very much for me like just a happy, bubbly summertime in a bottle. Uplifting, upbeat, smells orange, smells like the sun, smells like summertime. This for me is more feminine, more sensual, definitely more date night worthy. Yeah, this one is just, I just love it so much, you guys, and I think it's such a good addition to the women's lineup at Parfum de Marly, and I'm really happy to have it. So this again is one of my most successful blind buy purchases because it was really up there in price and worked out so well. So to me, that is a huge success. So that is Oriana from Parfum de Marly. So that's it for today's video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my blind buy fragrances, and I would love for you to let me know down below what was your most successful blind purchase ever, and I'm looking forward to talking to you in the comments down below, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.